Good morning. Good morning.
And finally, new rule, nothing with crypto in the title ever turns out good.
Don't write me about Bitcoin, please. I don't give a f***. Don't ask me.
Bitcoin happens to use a lot of energy. It happens to promote anonymous transactions.
Bitcoin is not a currency.
Not bullish on Bitcoin.
You, John McAfee, believe in the power of Bitcoin. So much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million.
99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are f***ing morons. That's just it.
What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Good morning. GM, everybody. Welcome to the GM show, the Friday edition. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. And
GM.
this is the crypto and NFT morning news show. Does crypto still exist?
I know. We're still here even though no one else is.
Pretty soon this will be we'll morph into this will be a show about fishing soon. And trucks.
We're gonna turn into a fishing podcast.
I don't know. I guess I know we haven't talked about this yet, but that was my.
We're gonna start a microgreens farm.
Yeah,
and we're gonna start a microgreens podcast.
Yes,
great.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Well, the drama never ends. This week has been absolutely exhausting, and we're gonna go out with a bang by delivering the, of course, breaking news as we have pretty much every morning this week, and also watching a couple clips. CZ has broken his silence, but before we get into all that, let's check out gmtv.lol. This is the place to be for everything GMTV related. Look at all this fun stuff on here, including the Kimono all-in-one trading indicator. This is a trading view indicator. Shows you the trend, momentum, volatility, volume. Has 10 different built-in indicators. Doesn't work just for crypto. In case you want to go look at other assets too, you can use this on normal stocks.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we should stop pitching it for crypto now that nobody's. You can use it for stocks, for Forex, other currencies out there that are real, backed by governments.
Oh, and it is free for the time being. Just join our Discord channel. You can find the link to our Discord up here in the top right. And pretty soon, one day, the GM bots will be launching once the chaos subsides. And this NFT will give you holder-only Discord channels, holder-only streams, access to the Kimono store discount, and you'll be able to burn your NFT to sponsor the show for a day. So go ahead and get whitelisted on GMTV.
And I think we should do a full disclosure. We are, I wouldn't say the crash isn't why we're not minting GM bots.
Of course not. But it would have. I mean, I probably would have.
It's
said,
just that we're still intending to launch half on Sol. However,
we'll see.
It might not even be in existence by the time that we're wanting to launch
it'll probably exist, but I think there's valid questions about where you should launch a project right now. I mean, I think this week I think everything that's transpired this week should give people a pause who are thinking about making collections and thinking about where to launch them. So, this would have been a bad week to launch an NFT collection. I think it didn't the Nickelodeon collection launch the day everything crashed. I don't know. So anyway, we'll look at NFTs. We'll look at everything. Let's get into the show, ladies and gents. We got, of course, breaking news. FTX has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. SBF has stepped down as CEO. This includes FTX US. It does not include Ledger X LLC, FTX Digital Markets Limited, FTX Australia Limited, and FTX Express Pay Limited.
But it does include FTX US.
Yes, and it sounds like also the Alameda Research as well, along with 130 affiliated entities. So they had so many little shell companies over there for everything they did. Yeah, so it's happening. This, of course, this article says the FTX crisis appears to have concluded. I would say that is like the most hopium thing you could say, because
Yeah,
they're
why?
really trying to just give people hope.
Yeah, we're just starting to hear of the people that were overexposed in FTX.
The fallout.
Yeah.
The fallout is really
We're
just still being
starting on other
exposed.
FTX
US yesterday said trading may be halted in coming days, and they were warning users to close any positions. So I would heed their warning, and I would be withdrawing ASAP if you are not already.
I'm hearing some people are having a hard time withdrawing right now.
I wouldn't doubt
you're
that.
Trying. It's a liquidity, like, because basically some tokens, they're just you can't exchange out of it now.
Right. I did see FTX US's support saying like 10 hours ago or something that Ethereum withdrawals had started again. I mean, so it's a mess. It's a mess.
Getting bad over there.
There's probably people who just casually put money on FTX US and still haven't heard about what's going on. But I would think the majority of people are at least trying to get their funds out at this point.
It isn't like the main story in media. You know what I mean? Like the main,
right?
Main media. It's not even like a blip.
It barely gets on the. I know. It's incredible. I mean, it's incredible for something where like $40 billion has been lost. It's kind of incredible that it's not a bigger story. I think people, I think even mainstream media journalists don't even quite grasp what's going on, perhaps so yet. Or really understand the gravity of what's going on,
or maybe just crypto's that big of a niche.
Maybe. I mean,
or
how
small
many
of a niche?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how many people total, like human beings, had money on FTX. Right? It's hard to tell because people might have had multiple accounts and stuff. But I mean, it had to be a sizable amount of people for sure that are really feeling the pain. I'm starting to see, the tweets. I saw a tweet last night. It was, I'm trying to remember who it was exactly, but somebody was selling all their Bored Apes, a well-known Bored Ape.
Saw that.
Liquidating all their assets. And I'm just assuming, that these are people who had a lot of their money tied up in FTX and need the immediate liquidity pretty much. So, I see people saying they're worried about KuCoin. KuCoin is getting hammered with withdrawals.
KuCoin being
and crypto.com getting pretty hammered. But, of course, Johnny KuCoin over there, the CEO, is saying this is false, that KuCoin had no exposure to FTX or FTT. But, all the exchange CEOs lie until they're right up until they fall off the edge of the cliff. So I would take everybody's word with a grain of salt. Crypto.com CEO as well saying that the rumors are false, and that crypto.com could be facing issues. He's saying no. So, take all the rumors with a grain of salt. Everything is a rumor right now until confirmed, really. But I would say even the CEO of these exchanges, their words are even rumors to me. That's how I'm taking it. We're gonna get into what CZ has given his side of the story and is talking a little bit more. But I'm just gonna blast through a couple more of these tweets. This is Kobe was pointing out that there apparently people bypassing the internal balance transfer block by selling NFTs on FTX's NFT marketplace using Bahama accounts. They create a Bahama account, probably using a VPN. And then they make an NFT, and then the stuck user buys the NFT with their full balance. So this is currently 21 million withdrawn, looks like, through that method. So people are desperately trying to get their money out.
You know who's doing that? I think you have to actually like KYC too from the Bahamas. So you gotta
Perhaps,
like
yeah.
have your is what I've heard.
I mean, I
But,
know employees are desperately trying
but
to
you
get
could
their
buy
money
them.
off too.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
could buy
buy.
those KYC. Yeah, you could. That's
Yeah.
what people have been
I
doing.
mean, everything's up for sale.
Oh, what's his name? Was doing that, and I think he was actually offering to do it for other people,
Which is
but
probably
in a really
financial fraud.
fucked up
But
way.
you know, you're probably committing a crime by doing all that.
It was a big Twitter dude.
And now he's in jail.
Oh man, all right, I'll find it. I can't remember.
Yeah, find it and let me know. But yeah, I love how Kobe said this appears to be the first recorded case of NFT utility in existence. It's pretty funny. You gotta have your humor still with everything going on. We'll get to that in the NFT section. We'll get to, let's see, a couple of these things. Yeah, just lots of FUD about these different exchanges. I heard somebody claiming they had a Huobi insider telling them that people should be withdrawing out of Huobi exchange. The Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, they had about $95 million on FTX, and I guess this is Canada's third largest pension plan. So I mean, just a massive loss for the Teachers Pension Plan. This was interesting. Mario Nafal, quite a large Twitter account, he had tweeted yesterday saying that somebody close to the FTX meltdown was essentially claiming that FTX Sam had caused the Luna crash and the 3AC crash. They're not the only one to be claiming this. BitBoy yesterday was claiming this as well and said he has evidence that he'll be I guess, presenting.
I'm sorry. So the conspiracy is that Sam
was behind the crashes of 3AC and Luna as well. Essentially was orchestrating these crashes as well. And I'm hearing this from multiple places. Yeah. And Mario Nafal then deleted that tweet, and then he came back to say, like, you know, he's pretty much saying, you know, I know this tweet went viral. Here's why I deleted it. Apparently CZ warned Sam of his reckless actions on multiple occasions, but SBF ignored him. As things got worse, CZ saw no choice but to make the issue public. This led to the infamous tweet 3 days ago. This story was shared live in my space. I asked for the source to ensure it's not misinformation. Turned out to be a very close friend of CZ. The speaker was a senior person at a major exchange. My tweet went viral, instantly reaching over 1 million people. So why did I delete it? Well, seems this info was meant to be confidential, and the person who shared it immediately faced significant pressure and threats. I was also flooded with DMs. To avoid this courageous person getting in trouble, I immediately deleted the tweet. He goes on to elaborate a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, so, you know, it's would I be surprised? No. I mean, there was so much fuckery going on behind the scenes that I wouldn't be surprised. And
so the idea is that maybe Alameda went down with like Luna and
3 Arrow Capital, and maybe that's when SBF bailed them out. It looks like, you know, here's Kobe saying Alameda blew up at the same time as 3AC, but SBF bailed them out with customer funds secured by FTT and perhaps his Hood equity. You know, he owned about 7.5% of Robinhood, about 56 million shares. So, I mean, he owns a large portion of Robinhood too. I'm curious what'll happen with all those shares.
Dude, I know that was tanking, but
yeah,
dang,
so it just gets crazier and crazier. I'm not going to read through that right now. We've got these sources from supposedly within FTX talking just about the whole environment, I guess. Yeah, here's one of those tweets. People are currently conducting Bahamian ID fraud and bribing employees at FTX to get their funds out. Bahamian citizens are currently still able to withdraw. By doing this, you're committing serious financial crimes. Be careful.
So that's what's been happening right now is people been getting those KYCs, even buying it, right? If people like paying, and there's people like saying like buying accounts like for like 10 cents on the dollar kind of type thing. Like
I don't
it's
doubt it.
kind
I mean,
of,
I have heard though that a lot of FTX employees that developers and FTX are trying to get their own money off too, because a lot of the employees had their entire life savings on FTX because
right.
they believed in it, and they were being offered a 50% discount on FTT tokens by Sam Bankman-Fried. So
you know, this is also oh man, this is, and you know, the whole like regulation thing is also interesting because since this is an international company, the U.S. wouldn't have been able to do shit about it. Like that's so I'm not quite sure if regulations necessarily will come
because
about
it's in the
this
Bahamas, right?
It's like what they can't touch it. Like what are you
Bahamas
gonna do?
is like the place where everyone incorporates their company to do shady shit. I know. So yeah, I don't know, man.
Interesting.
BlockFi, of course, halted withdrawals yesterday, saying that pretty much that they had a bunch of money on FTX, and there are people claiming that BlockFi had nearly 100% of their customer assets custodied on FTX. So it's also, I saw this tweet, sources claiming that FTX US lent out 200 to 400 million to BlockFi, and there's now a gap in FTX US balance sheet equity. So, I mean, it's just a tangled mess. It's just a tangled mess. Here we got FTX. I love this Autism Capital guy, really just tweeting out so much information. Here's some public information about the real estate that FTX had purchased. It looks like they had around $300 million total in real estate.
So that'll be liquidated to pay out customers.
I would assume so. Yeah, we got the White House saying that, you know, regulation of cryptocurrencies is needed.
Yeah, get out of here, bro.
Coming.
Get
out of here. We don't want you.
Get out of here.
FTX's head of institutional sales resigns. I mean, there's been mass resigning at FTX. So
yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I think you're kind of, well, one, you're working for free at this point if you do work there,
right.
and yeah, man, you're yeah, I don't know.
So here's an article on the block talking about how Sam Bankman-Fried had sold FTX equity to employees at 50% discount in the spring. Really just pretty predatory. I mean, even just preying on your employees, essentially.
And dude, this asshat, man.
Dude, I know. It gets worse and worse.
And then what's her name? What's her name? The CEO of
absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of like elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important. We tend not to have things like stop losses. I think those aren't necessarily a great risk management tool. I'm trying to think of a good example of a trade where I've lost a ton of money. Well, I don't know. I probably don't want to go into specifics too much with that.
Yeah, just
so
bad.
Gross.
Bad, man.
So gross.
Very
just
bad.
Just a shitty trader.
Yeah, just so bad. I mean, it's like, yeah, that's why I'm lost. Like, man, how did we not see this coming?
Stop losses aren't a good risk management idea.
First time I've ever heard anyone say that. Did she say not financial advice before she said all that? I hope so, because that was some of the worst financial advice I've heard.
You know, fuck.
Profits hates that deeply. Yeah.
Well, I'm still able to trade. I still got a couple dollars to trade. I have more money than she does right now, I'm sure. But
because you set stop losses.
Because I fucking set stop losses. I don't get margin calls. I don't get liquidated.
Oh, just brutal.
Crazy bitch, dude.
You've got here also, I mean, and so this is like, you know, the dominoes, right? The contagion effect. You know, here's just one of probably many examples we'll be seeing, but Genesis Trading reveals 175 million of their funds are locked in FTX. I mean, we're just going to, I think, be seeing this, these kind of headlines and stories coming out probably over the coming weeks.
Yeah, my fear is like other large exchanges, tokens that may be overexposed in FTX
for sure. Yeah, or even if they're not overexposed in FTX, even if they're just doing similar things
And they
to
just
what FTX was
and they're
doing, in trouble.
that's true. You
I
know,
mean,
you don't
even
know.
just
And
playing that same type of game with the back room boiler room trading.
God damn, dude! I'm just still shocked it was
I know.
FTX. Out of all the different exchanges
I
that could
know,
have done
right?
shady shit like this,
I know.
it was FTX, man.
That is why it's just
I
it's
don't
still hard to
trust anything
stomach.
right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone. Okay, well let's play a couple of these clips. CZ just spoke a couple hours ago at a summit in Indonesia. It was pre-planned for a couple weeks that he was going to be there, so he did show up, and we're gonna get a couple clips here just of his side of the story and his thoughts on the aftermath here. So here's the first one.
Basically, we have an exchange, or FTX is misappropriating user funds. They were taking user funds to do other things. I think the trigger was like a week ago. There was a CoinDesk article. And then my team says, well, hey, CZ, we still have this, we still have a lot of FTT coins. Like, what? Should we sell it? Sure, why not? So the next day, there was a big transaction reported by Where Alerts saying that like $580 million worth of FTT was transferred to Binance.com. And my team's like, CZ, this is our transfer. I was like, well, really, you sure? Like, yeah, he's sure. And should we be, like there was discussions in the community, and should we be transparent about it? It's like, yeah, sure, we should be transparent about it. And then he said, CZ, you should write a tweet, because we don't, what we'll call the interns, our PR team, because we don't really know how to write this particular one. This is quite sensitive. So I was actually just going out to meet two of my friends who actually also came to Indonesia now. I was on my way out to meet with them, and then so I just wrote a tweet in a few minutes. But I wanted to explain, like, how do we have this much, right? So we can't just have $580 million worth of FTT all of a sudden. We got it. We didn't buy it from secondary markets. We got it as a transaction of our exit, equity exit out of FTX a year and a half ago, which was publicly reported. So I said that, and then I didn't know my phone will blow up like over the rest of the evening. So, and I also didn't know, like, no, the second day I said, look, I didn't know that was, this is the, I think the word we used was the straw that broke the camel's back. And that's before Sam, SBF called me, 24 hours later. I thought it was just causing a lot of waves in the Twitter, in the community. 24 hours later, Sam calls me and says, hey, CZ, can we talk? Okay. And then he says, well, so I thought he was going to do an OTC deal, right? I thought he was going to ask, hey, CZ, why don't we do an OTC deal? Then we can put all the negative comments out, then confidence is restored. I thought he wanted to do that. But instead, he just said, look, we have much bigger troubles. I said, look, we don't want users to be hurt, and we want to protect the users. So the deal, to be honest, I can't comment on any specifics on the deals, but from our perspective, the deal did not make sense from a number of fronts. From a financial perspective, is a big hole. From new users, FTX, we have very high overlap. We cover all the regions they cover, and they have much less users than us. From a technology or product perspective, I think we have a superior product. They don't have anything that we don't have. So our original intention was to, let's save the users. But then the news of misappropriating user funds, and especially US regulatory agencies' investigations, we're like, okay, we can't touch that anymore. So, and then we said, look, and then as soon as I understood we couldn't touch it anymore, I said, let's make that announcement as quickly as possible, because we don't want to do a slow no. If we're going to do a no, we do a quick no. That's one of my principles in business.
So that's just kind of the story, at least his official story, you know. You know, pretty much.
I mean, he could have drugged that out, had a nice pump, got CPI report, everything's just raging because he's saving, and then you
gotta respect that he immediately, as soon as he was out,
rugged a lot of people. Yeah, he could have really played this to make a shit ton of money. And
you gotta respect that. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, do we trust CZ? Well, I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit. But here's another clip. And actually, well, more than a lot of people, right?
Yeah, I think he is. I love how he was talking. Like, yeah, I know. I'd love to see be a fly on the wall for when they're like, hey, we have. Yeah. Anyways, just like because I'm sure it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, there was more to it for sure. We're getting
Yeah.
the official
Exactly.
story.
Yeah. That was a very
Yeah. And Dickensis asked if we had this 2021 Kobe Ledger clip lined up, and I just pulled it up, so we will check that out as well here in just a second.
So with such a big player going down, I think we're seeing $30-40 billion of value that's in FTX valuation that was before that they raised that, plus quite a few $1 billion of user funds that's kind of gone. So with this type of
almost said evaporated.
It's devastating for the industry. So a lot of consumer confidence is shaken, and I think basically we've been set back a few years. Now regulators rightfully will scrutinize this industry much harder, which is probably a good thing, to be honest. I think now, before, the regulations are much more focused on KYC and AML. I've always been saying, look, you got to focus on the exchange operations. So business models, proof of reserves, where the user funds. So I think we'll come into a lot more scrutiny on those fronts. But actually, that's good for the industry. So having that setback, short term is very painful for a lot of retail investors. That's on FTX, etc. But we feel that pain. But longer term, I think this is another wake-up call to say, hey, look, we're in a new industry. There's a lot of risks, and we need to learn how to deal with those risks and how to build a much healthier industry.
So yeah, I think I think that he had an interesting point there that just there's been so much focus on regulating the user end, but more focus on regulations maybe need to be on the exchange end and the way that the exchanges operate and the proof of funds procedure. I've clipped out a bunch of stuff. We'll be sharing more of them on Twitter. He goes more into depth about how he thinks they should maybe do the proof of funds process, and they're maybe thinking about open sourcing some proof of funds kind of things they're working on. But here's one more clip.
Today is definitely consolidation, especially given that FTX just went down. So they're like the 4th or 5th largest exchange in the world. So now they're gone. So now there's definitely consolidation. In a bear market, we see severe consolidations, and also with FTX going down, we will see cascading effects, right? So I think BlockFi is now bankrupt again. And I think Voyager deal is going to be, I don't know what's going to happen there. FTX won the bid, but for $1.4 billion, but obviously they won't have the money to pay for that. So they will probably have a second hit. A few other projects going to be in similar situations. And I think it will take a couple of weeks for most of them to come out. So so right now there's definitely consolidation.
So we got a couple weeks of potentially, news trickling out of different projects that will be affected by this. And here is just the last little clip I'll play.
So the builders are still building. In fact, some of the smaller exchanges might see this as an opportunity because now there's one less, bigger player up there.
Can we start an exchange?
There may actually be more people wanting to start exchanges, and I think the builders were building projects. I think Solana ecosystem is quite.
Yeah, it would be easy just to be like, "Yo, we're just an exchange. We're not here to like fucking try to borrow your money, send it over here. We're not doing crazy shit like that sucks."
Well, that's like what Binance is doing. They're not trading funds.
Exchange. That's all we are.
Well, and that's why Binance is one of maybe the only ones that'll make it out of this because they weren't doing that.
Developers might want to migrate to other blockchains, etc. Or look at different options.
With Binance, you do have like a lot of the AP. I don't know. Here, play this. Play
Binance, but they're not trading user funds. At least that's what CZ claimed the other day. And they're not taking on debt, which is interesting.
And BNB chain is one option. There's many other blockchains in the ecosystem, and even just Solana, we would love to help them. The builders will continue to build, but it's especially for those close to the FTX ecosystem, they will be more negatively affected. But at the same there will also be less money coming in, or at least slower, short term coming in slower. But the technology is not going away, right? So it's like the internet is not going away, blockchain is not going away. So we will recover from this, and there will be more. In a decentralized industry, when one player goes down, it causes a lot of pain, but other players will come in very quickly and feel it. And those new players that feel it will be stronger ones, right? So there'll be more competition. So the market takes care, the market will heal. The market will heal itself.
So a little optimism there at the end. Had to leave everybody, CZ saying market will heal itself. And I think that is kind of what we're looking at. We needed to purge out the bad actors. The big bad actors needed to be purged out for things to come back. And, who knows how much of that bull run was just like fake money, debt being pumped in. I mean, it's how, we were in a very unrealistic place. And so we needed this correction for sure, undoubtedly.
So Bitcoin to 4 digits.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, well, we'll be looking at the charts here in just a second. I'm going to play this clip that I have no idea what this is, but Dekenza told us, our producer, told us to pull this up. So thank you, producer.
So, CZ, since you're the first investor in FTX, when are you going to put together a hostile takeover?
Well, what you don't realize, dear Sam, is that I've owned you since you began. There's nothing you can do about it. And if I win, I win. And if you win, I win. So.
Oh, yeah, that is very ominous, interesting, ominous play acting, supposedly. Yeah, that was a clip of, I guess, Kobe talking to somebody at Ledger, or maybe that was the Ledger founder. I don't know. Anyway, that's, yeah. Very interesting foreshadowing there, for sure. And yeah, here we are now.
Here we are.
A year later. This was kind of weird. Here, I'll play this real quick. Martin Shkreli again. I don't know.
This guy just needs to get the fuck out of
I don't trust Martin Shkreli.
This guy just needs to get out of here. I can't stand that guy. This guy has a very punchable face. Like this guy, I want to punch in the face. I gotta say.
Oh, and Dekenza, you are affiliated. You're the fucking producer of the show. And Martin,
Anyways,
yeah. So
play this
I wonder, is Martin Shkreli just clout chasing and trying to get his name into this big story? Because yes, last night on a Spaces, he took a phone call. He got a phone call in the middle of the space, and this was a part of the conversation from the phone call. Okay.
FTX is done, and we did what we had to do to him, and it's over. Bankman got what he deserved, and he shouldn't have talked to us like that. And now, you reap what you sow. So I don't have any problems with doing, whatever. Like, it's his fault, at the end of the day. But if we, help tip him off the precipice off the cliff, then he should have been on the cliff in the first place. So I don't feel guilty. It is what it is. That's life. Anyway, yeah, I got to do this podcast or whatever. So see you later. All right, bro. See you on Friday. All
right. And then he was immediately banned from Twitter. So very weird. Very weird.
He's banned from Twitter?
Yeah, he was immediately banned. His account.
Who was he talking to? Or what was he talking about?
He was supposedly took a phone call, and that was just part of somebody recorded that little clip from the space. He was in the middle of doing a space.
But what was he? I was just kind of figuring out what he was talking about. Like
he was saying his like weird claim was that it seems like he's claiming he had something to do with this whole thing, with pushing CZ off the cliff. I don't know. Here, just that
CZ off the cliff,
or sorry, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Had to do to him, and
we did what we had to do to him, and it's over.
Bankman got what he deserved, and he shouldn't have talked to us like that.
Bankman? Is that
Sam Bankman-Fried?
Yeah, duh. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Bankman got what he deserved. He shouldn't have talked to us like that.
Okay, so
and he's saying they tipped him off or something like that. So he's claiming.
First of all,
you
this
reap what you
sounds
sow.
the way he did this phone call
I
sounds
know,
totally
right?
fake.
That's
and
how I feel too.
He's a little fucking weasel that would totally fake the fucking little phone call to sit here and make him sound all cool. Like that little fucking shit. Like, dude, I don't.
Maybe it was BitBoy, right? Yeah, maybe he was BitBoy. Maybe it was BitBoy he was talking to. Smart Scrolly and BitBoy teamed up.
Ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? It's very suspect. I would say very suspect.
Yeah. Let me take this phone call and stay on Spaces so everyone can hear what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, this potentially kind of confidential.
That's like being
call.
on. That's like being on a Zoom, whipping your dick out, jacking off, and then like just finishing and just being like,
Whoa.
"Oh, sorry, I just didn't know you guys were there." Like you did. Like you obviously just wanted to show everyone your slog. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like
wow.
Ridiculous.
It's like
that's
that, huh?
exactly
Like
what
that.
that's like. No one would do that.
Yeah. Highly suspicious. Highly suspicious. That's why my feeling is that Martin Shkreli is trying to insert himself into the story and become a character in the story, and probably then launch an NFT project or something. I'm sure.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay, a couple just last little news related items here before we go and take a look at the market. Solana unlock was postponed to try to save Sol, but is it enough,
dude? It's
to
done.
save it?
It's done. They should already start thinking about Sol Classic. Okay, start thinking about this. You do an airdrop. Okay,
should we start the Sol short squeeze?
Yeah. So what you do is you turn Sol to Sol Classic, and you come out with a new Sol that is airdropped to all the Sol holders.
No. Oh no. Oh God. I can't believe we're talking about Sol Classic. This is scary. I'm scared, Daddy. I'm scared.
Let's do it. Sol C, baby. Sol C.
So yeah, I mean Alameda had like $200 million worth of Solana, which was not great. Also, the unlock, there was all these tokens that were staked that were going to be unlocked. It was a shitload of tokens. It had been scheduled for the 10th, so yesterday, but the Solana Foundation said in an update that they had moved the time. Let's see, when's the new date? It's not saying here. This amounts to about 5.4% of the entire supply, or 28.5 million SOL from 250 accounts that were scheduled to be on stake. When's the new time? Let's go see the update. When will it unlock now? Oh boy. I don't know. I don't see the new date. But apparently they're pushing it back. So they're trying to save it. They're trying to buy time. That's what everyone's doing right now. We're all just buying time, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean,
but hey,
I see. Was this to Kansas asked? Sol has another leg to go. Bro, Sol is going to $3.
I know Mr. Take Profits has been saying $2 or $3 the past couple days.
Yeah, that's where it's going, bro.
That's been his thing. No one in Solana will accept that, though. Everybody's like, yeah, it's your 1213, right? 1213.
Point of control says $2.95. Best I could do is $2.95. Best I can do.
It's scary.
$2.95.
Last little news bit here. Aptos and Google Cloud unveiled a partnership and have created a plan for an accelerator program. And they're going to co-host a hackathon next year. So Google is spreading the love. They just had done that deal with Solana. Now they're getting in bed with Aptos. They're just, they're hedging their bets, I think.
Go long on Aptos, right? Right? Is that what we're doing?
I saw that BitBoy, he sold a couple weeks ago all his FTT and Solana He sold all his FTT and Solana and bought Algo and HBAR. That was what he did. So take
He's
that for
so
what it is.
smart.
Well,
whatever. I mean, he's still losing money, but he didn't lose that much, right? Yeah. It could have been worse, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could have had the FTT and
not that
Solana.
bad.
So I think, I do have to say BitBoy did see the writing on the wall. He did see that there was major problems. And so I got to give him credit there.
He's probably doing better than Jim Cramer.
Probably, I was gonna say he's probably got a better track record now than Jim Cramer. So Jim Cramer, if we look back, he probably was saying to buy Solana the week before the crash. That's probably was his advice.
Oh my god! Dude,
he probably had a lot of money on FTX. He's regretting that boat purchase.
So I'm going to start with Sol here. Just to really show you guys, we're going to $3. All right, it's programmed in. It's programmed in. We're going to $3. You can sit here and say, "Oh no, but it's hitting. It's staying a support here. It's staying for now, bruv. For now, it's going to fucking it."
That's probably what they were scared of with that unlock. Was dumping below support.
I mean, look at this. We got right here the point of control and the bottom volume. All right. I mean, look at this. This is what I call coming up above the volume range like this. That's called a bubble. That's a bubble. It's popped. It's been popping for a while. And we're going back down to the POC to where we've had the most transactions of Sol in all of Sol's history, and it's right here at $3. So you can, at some point it's getting there. Is it going to get there this week, next week? I don't know, but it's going to fucking $3. You can't change my mind.
You can't change
POC. It's so I'm not touching Sol until it's there, and I think it wouldn't really surprise anyone if it does go there, seeing as how the low here that it was at like $8. I think it dipped down to 12. I thought I saw maybe it was Bybit that I was seeing. It went dip down to 8. So it's gross, guys. It's gross. We're going to 3. Yeah. I don't know. I don't because if Sam was and everyone there was basically like the main dudes on Sol. I mean, before I've always read how FTX was really. Anyways, it's done. I mean, what else is there for Sol? What else? Yeah, set it to 0. Sol's going to 0. Not. Don't know what to tell you.
Heard it here first. Not financial advice.
Not financial advice. I mean, here on the Kimono wave,
hopefully
it does look like
we are the hopefully we are the bottom signal when we say that. For the sake.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Sol getting a pop up back up to maybe $26, challenge what was support, make it resistance, then send it back down. That is always sure, that's a possibility. But it's also this looks fucking gross, guys. This looks gross. You're diddling in the middle right here. What 4 hour is telling us? 4 hour. Oh, baby. 4 hour gives me a short signal. I'm shorting the shit out of this. I'm just going to do it. I don't know where my indicators are. I'm going to reload this. But it's just not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. Okay. We're on ETH now. Okay. I guess I just reloaded and now we're on ETH. So that's a good segue, huh? All right. Ethereum. Bad things, good things. Good things. We still haven't come down to our June lows. All right. We're still holding these levels here. We popped back up into this range that we've been in, that we were stuck in this range for months or a month, it seemed like, right? Pretty much. We were there for a long time. And we're back up in there. We're back there. The bad thing is that we are getting rejection off of the point of controls. This is a very strong point of control. You're going to see a lot of reactions around this area. As we did here, right? broke down below it, came up, challenged it. It looks like we're getting rejected from it. However, on the daily, on the kimono wave, we do see VWAP trending up. Looks like the wave could be caressing up. And so if we get this going and we get a buy signal, right? We get a green dot and a kimono wave. Would you look at this volume going up, but we're getting lower prices? That's what I call a bullish divergence.
Oh boy.
So we could be forming that here on the daily. We're just I don't know if we're going to see it today. Probably not. But maybe over the weekend, maybe Monday, Tuesday, we start to see a turnaround here on Ethereum. But I want to see it start to break above these levels here. Still pretty bearish, seeing as how we did get rejected from the POC, and we haven't really challenged the volume low here, which I could see as challenging it. But we'd still get above. Even if we challenge that level, we would still get above this June lows. So it's it's not all too terrible looking for ETH. Just give it some time. Bitcoin, it is looking pretty shitty as well. Because we've broke down below support. We're testing it as resistance, and currently we are getting rejected. So hold on to your butts on this one, guys, because we have on a lot of these bearish divergences been clear signs of a bearish divergence everywhere. On the daily, would have told you on the Monday that short this baby. This was telling you if you would have listened to the kimono wave on the daily here, you'd be one happy camper. You followed this bearish divergence. Me, I took profits too soon, and that's what I do though. So I wrote it, but I didn't write it to 20% down, right? I didn't. I just anyway. Moving on. I'm happy, right? Happy. You gotta be happy. You just gotta be happy. We're alive. We're breathing. We're here.
I like this ad. I like this take profits.
It's okay.
I like the optimism going into the weekend. Optimistic take profits. I like this.
So, for Bitcoin here, we got to bounce off that 15,000, right? It was like 15,006. If we look at some of the liquidation levels we got, it looks like we're getting rejected, right? We don't have too many liquidations up here, but down here at 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Yes. I think we could go down there still.
Why do you have to ruin stuff? You sell me the hopium, and then you come in and you just slap me back down.
Because I want Bitcoin to go to 9,000. That's what I want.
Yeah,
I could see Bitcoin.
Fuck.
Well,
I
at
disavow.
the beginning of the year,
Disavow.
Since we started this show,
I'm disavowing him.
Old clip. Since we started this show, I was saying what we could be seeing Bitcoin going down to.
Maybe Kenzo will clip that.
Was 9,000. That's what I said, and here we are. We're getting really closer and closer, baby, to what I was saying. We could get to 4-digit Bitcoin. I know we can. If we all do it together, when we all sell, we could get down to 9,000. All right.
This is fucked up.
All right, we could do it.
Just a long squeeze. You're trying to now organize.
I'm trying to get the price down there, so then we could get some cheap BTC.
This is disgusting. I'm ashamed.
And
disavow.
I kid.
No, you're not. You're not joking.
No,
I know you're not.
I've been saying 9,000 for
honest.
a while.
Yeah, exactly. Just be honest.
I do think 12,000 is more realistic than 9,000, but hey, anything's possible.
Kansas wants us to check out Tron to see what's going on with TRX since Justin Sun's been LARPing as a hero for the past 24 hours.
Yeah, dude, isn't that fun? He's been LARPing as a hero.
Everyone's trying to get their 5 minutes of fame out of this thing.
Yeah,
everyone wants to be the hero.
He's prepared to spend billions to help FTX, but what is that going to mean?
Well, now that the bankruptcy thing's going down, I mean, who knows what? It's just, yeah. So
smoke and mirrors, man.
TRX is now going back down. It's just like
they're like, wait, you're gonna waste your money on FTX, you idiot! You're gonna get yourself involved into this fucking shithole that is in debt of billions of dollars. You're not gonna put that debt on the TRX. Cool, great idea, great business decision there. I think that's stupid.
Is he behind Huobi? Did he found Huobi, or I think Huobi Exchange is somehow connected to Tron somehow.
The one that SBF was,
I don't know. Huobi is just the one that I was hearing some rumors on Spaces, people talking about how I guess you should withdraw your money. That's not my financial advice. That's just what somebody who claims to be close to the situation at Huobi, and they said the trading volume's all fake, which is a huge claim to make. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a big old rumor. So don't take that seriously. I'm just passing along the grapevine.
I know all the exchanges. I think there's a lot of people pulling money out of them, and
people don't trust no exchanges anymore. You know who's been getting an inflow though? Binance. They've been getting inflow. Yeah. People are going to Binance.
I hate
fucking CZ, dude.
I mean, Ape is down at $3 here, so this is my buy area. However, we are at low lows, so gross, dude. I think just gross. It's gross day again. See, right now we're seeing some of these single digits, but we're gonna get to these double digits here soon again today. Like we're gonna just have another day where it's 10s, 20s% down today. Just because we keep learning more and more of this fallout, people like the bankruptcies making it real. We are
do you think the bankruptcy will provide any relief? Do you think there will be any any pump off of just that, or you think it's just all bad? I mean, obviously not yet. Nothing's changed yet.
Hey, whatever happened to I know exactly what the fuck.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's the other question. Was Yuga Labs exposed to FTX at all? I mean, we now have to go through and we have to take count of who's still alive, who made it out on the emergency boats, and who went down with the ship is going to be
FTT down 30%. This is already 30%. Down $2. I remember we were saying, I think so it's down to 2. We'll probably get to like below $1 here. If today over the weekend kind of thing. This thing is what about FTT Classic? Could do that. Sam's gonna pitch that to try to check this idea out.
I'm disgusted.
Everyone who has FTT, you're gonna get airdrop.
I'm disgusted.
The new FTT.
Disgusted.
Yeah.
Disgusted.
All right. It's going to zero. It's going to zero.
I mean, this is like when Luna crashed and some crazy people kept buying it. I mean, it's like really is who are these people that are buying FTT?
You know what? Look at fucking Litecoin.
Just shut up. I'm about to. Just like that, we get peace. We have peace all of a sudden in the stream.
It's interesting because what
is Litecoin?
There's Bitcoin.
I mean,
then there's Litecoin.
I know it was it was one of the first couple tokens.
I know. I remember.
What is going on there? I mean,
but would you look at it? It's holding. It's not fucking capitulating.
Right,
it is. It's disgusting that
this should have been at zero like a year ago.
It's outperforming your favorite shit coins. Just saying. Look at Litecoin on the charts here. not really close to its June lows. A lot like Ethereum, I should say. Unlike Bitcoin, who's down below June lows right now. I mean, I'm just saying, Litecoin, baby, Litecoin. It's the next one, man. Let's see. Yeah, like SHIB. Hey, SHIB is still above June lows. See, for me, if I'm like, what tokens are gonna maybe be around the next cycle?
Right.
For me, I'm looking if they are above June lows. All right. Boom. SHIB, you're winning. You're above June lows. Matic, nice. Way above June lows. Doge, nice. Above June lows. Cardano, you're fucked. You're done.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh,
not gonna make it.
Dude, why
not
you
gonna
do
make
that?
it. Ethereum, above June lows. Bitcoin. Not gonna make it.
But isn't Bitcoin what Bitcoin is what we're all going to like? Bitcoin is all we have faith in anymore, right? I mean,
that's true. That's the only thing that's gonna actually. Yeah.
There is no second
but
best.
you know what I mean. I for a short term trading wise, if I was gonna be, I'd be looking at ones that are trending above the June lows. Just because I know there's are relatively closer levels of support for those tokens, whereas Bitcoin I could see easily dipping down to like 12K, right? Because there's not a lot of support from 15K to that, right? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? That's anyways. I'm actually full disclosure, I'm not really trading right now. I'm out until this shit gets a little more until I get more confidence in a fucking exchange, dude. I don't trust any exchange right now. So I'm just kind of hodling is the strategy right now in some ledger wallets, right? So that's it. That's what I'm doing right now. So that's why I'm not like, oh, I can't looking for my entry here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I'll just buy a shit ton of Bitcoin when it gets to 4 digits, and I'll buy a shit ton of Ethereum when it gets to 3. And
well, I mean, and when you look at these daily candles the past couple days, I mean, it's just too volatile. It's just too volatile. Yeah,
dude. Well, right this second too, you're diddling in the middle from the lows to resistance. So I'd wait till we get to those levels to see what's happening here. But we're going into the weekend already. Volume is so. See what I think happened too with FTX is a lot of market makers got hit. So what you're seeing too in a lot of these exchanges, and it's just like the volume is just like all of a sudden just not just from retail traders but from market makers, right? There's not those people at the end of the order to take on a bunch of shorts and a bunch of longs. So it's like really quiet right now. And I think it's, a lot of the market makers, I think, got just annihilated on FTX. So we still haven't really recovered from that. And that'll take time too. That's not going to be a quick fucking fix. So yeah, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. Well, here's a tweet from Gainsey. He said, as someone who's gone 9 million to 200K before, if you're in a similar situation, get a dog. Trust me, a warm being that loves you unconditionally is huge during these times. So, there's a little advice for anyone that's down bad right now.
Cool, Gainsey. Thanks, buddy.
We also had crypto.com, I guess, just released their proof of reserve. And the scary part is that they hold more SHIB than they do ETH. About 20% of their reserves are in SHIB. What do you think crypto.com is thinking? Does anyone... Should people feel safe having their funds at crypto.com if 20% of their reserves are in SHIB?
As I exit the room.
Mr. Take Profits is like, I need to go do something real quick.
Dude, I'm serious. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. I have quite a bit of funds at crypto.com. Again, like I said yesterday, it's mostly so that I can fund my card that I have with them. But
look at only 5% is USDT, 6% is USDC.
Guess what I have right now?
USDT.
A lot of USDT.
You got all their USDT.
Great. Yeah, I know. I'm holding all their fucking USDT.
So, and then others is 20%. So the other 20% is random shit coins. I'm guessing.
Fuck.
So, I mean, I'm glad they have 2 billion in the bank.
So they only
that's
have
good.
3. So it's really just about like 3 billion.
3 billion. Yeah, 3 billion in the bank.
Which is a lot, but it's also like,
dude, I think Binance's proof of reserves was showing about $1 trillion or something in the bank.
Yeah, well, and 3 billion, it's like what fucking didn't FTX had like 5 billion just that one day in
yeah, in withdrawals on Sunday. It was like on Sunday or Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm moving now.
So
do you think if I just moved it to like the actual fiat, that'll be fine in crypto.com? Do you think
is that moving it to a bank account technically? I don't know. It's a good question.
What do you guys think?
I would say that's better
to fiat? Because it would
better
be
than having.
I would like it to still actually be at crypto.com, because then it's like if it doesn't go belly up.
To a cold wallet. Yeah, well, I mean, you either go fiat or cold wallet. You either go one of the two. I mean, that's all I have right now is fiat and cold.
Yeah, I know it depends. I get it. But I'm also a DJ, and I still want to like trade and stuff if I see opportunities.
Right. You
want. It's a lot harder when you're like, oh, I can't trade right now. I don't have my fucking ledger on me. You can't just go and just like anyway. Don't even like There's reasons why I have it on these exchanges so that I could actually move it faster and conveniently. But it's safe. Yeah.
Its funds are safe. Boy. Yeah. Great. How's everybody
it's just
feeling?
so convenient to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I see an opportunity to buy some ETH right now. I'm gonna go buy it. And I can just pull out my phone and buy it. That's what I want. I still want to be able to do that. Are you telling me I can't do that anymore? It's too risky.
Well, it's okay. I was thinking about the same thing this morning. I was like, what if I do want to go buy something? And then I was like, well, where would I go do that? And I think I will only be spot buying. I think maybe. I think like I would spot buy probably, or something on Binance or maybe Coinbase, but it's not even Coinbase really. I mean, I don't know. Or you just get it. You get the actual tokens on Uniswap.
I haven't heard much from Coinbase. I don't know if it's good or bad. Yeah, I know. When you said that, I was like, I guess I could use Uniswap, but again, it's like your ledger. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into the fucking. I know there's swaps. I know you could use that, but I don't want to sit there and carry my ledger around and make sure I have something that I could stick my fucking ledger in and all that stupid shit. I'm not.
Get the wireless one, bro.
If I'm hodling, that's what I'll do.
Spend the big boy.
Oh yeah, the wireless one, huh? The one with the little screen. I don't know how does that work? Can you just like?
It's like Bluetooth on your device. I think it uses Bluetooth with
Is that how that works?
Your smarty phone.
I haven't looked into
that. That's the fancy ledger.
Yeah,
I would tell you the model number, but I don't know, so I'll just call it the fancy ledger.
That's all right. I'm sure it's fine. Easy to.
Sunday swap throwback 7 months ago. It was like the pancake swap. Take profits was like, yeah. We probably about Sunday swap back in the day. We probably did.
Yeah, I like pancake swap too. I like the swaps. I do.
I think Sunday swap is maybe Binance. I don't know.
Is Sunday Swap BNB?
I mean, I know Pancake Swap obviously.
Yeah.
But let's see. What's Sunday Swap? Cardano.
Dude,
Oh, Sunday
they're all
Swap was
just
the
like these,
Cardano one, right?
Oh,
how cute!
All these swaps. Hey, we should remember, Freeman. We're gonna start a swap. So
Yeah,
guys,
fork a
check
swap.
out. Yeah, we're
Put
gonna
a
do a
fork in it.
swap. It's gonna be awesome. You guys can pool in your money, and Freeman and I will not rug you. We promise.
That's what they all say, bro.
We promise.
That's what they all
Everything
say.
will be
That's what
transparent.
they all say, dude.
And you'll earn a shit ton of our shit tokens.
Oh no! Yeah, I think so. Are the days of that over? I mean, are we? I mean, because trust is so lost now. Nobody trusts
DeFi
anybody now.
Is definitely, I think,
consolidating, as CZ
it's
says.
hard, man.
Yeah, I mean, I
Definitely
definitely think
consolidating.
consumer confidence is probably at an all-time low right now in crypto. So
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got to post proof of funds, proof of reserve every day on Twitter. Everything's back.
Yeah, we'll just screenshot what I just made up in Photoshop and then show you guys that.
Well, that's why, like, I think CZ was talking in another clip. He was saying, how they're different ways they're trying to, create software essentially and programs to be able to automatically essentially track exchange funds and reserves. And he was thinking of open sourcing that. And I think that's what'll have to happen.
Yeah.
There'll have to be like a website you can go to that gives you a live dashboard of the exchange reserves or something like that. So, yeah. What a day. What a week, guys. What a week. Well,
did we even do intermission?
I don't know. We didn't, and I don't think we need to. I think let's just quickly take a look at let's just take a quick look at OpenSea's top collections. Did you know that Anthony Scaramucci started some kind of like investment fund, and now he's being paraded around. I saw him on CNBC. He was just on the front page of Decrypt. He's being like paraded around as like some kind of expert about, I guess they did some, they invested in FTX or something, but now it's like, yeah, everybody's asking him for his advice. I'm like, wait, wasn't this the White House press secretary for like a week or something? And now he's a financial expert?
I think they call it a scamoochie, like for as long as it is. So now it's like, yeah, it's like 2 weeks, like is like a scamoochie, kind of like, oh, that lasted for like a scamoochie. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, he's definitely into the whole crypto scene and investing and all that stuff.
He's saying he's disappointed in Sam Bankman-Fried and he wants him to just tell the truth, and he doesn't know what went wrong. So
you don't?
In the clip I saw.
Okay.
Bored Ape Yacht Club, ETH, the floor is coming back up slowly but surely. KPR, this thing is at least dominating the volume. Remember this storytelling world building NFT?
Yeah.
For some reason, this is pumping. I think they had an airdrop or something like that. You got Mutant Apes, 11.2, other deeds still chilling around 1 ETH. Anything else notable? Moonbirds has gotten back up to 8. Good for them. Good for them. Bored Ape Kennel Club, Friendship Bracelets, 0.15. So yeah, I mean, the market is there's not a lot of volume as at least compared to normal on these projects. And I think we're just in a state of like some crazy people are buying NFTs right now. But I think there's a lot of people who are just sitting out on
FTX NFTs are doing all right.
Yeah. They've got the most utility of any NFT right now. Yeah. The hottest
money
utility.
out.
Yeah, hottest utility right now. Here you can see the 24-hour volume on Magic Eden down on just everything in the top 10 overall. Floor price on DGOD sitting around 200, Youth 66. Just, the market is in flux right now. People, there's still a lot of volume, but I don't, obviously it's not pumping projects. They're just, a lot of people I think are taking profits. But yeah, like I said, I
a
heard
lot of
people on
people
Spaces
like myself just want to go crawl into a hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too. But there are people heard on Spaces talking about NFTs that they're going to swoop up while they're cheap. So
Cool. And people are
there's still
building
that,
and
and
stuff.
people are
and
biddling. Yes, I posted a nice little meme about that this morning. Actually, we're going to be building in the winter. That's the best time to build. Oh yeah, here's a nice one. Big Short too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is a good one. I'd see that one. That's a good one. I don't know why Sailor's on there, but
I don't know why either, because he was the I guess he's the
I would
I don't know.
I'd put the chick from Alameda, the CEO.
Wait, this isn't the one I was trying to. Oh, this was
who doesn't use stop losses.
Yeah. Oh, great, Caroline. Yeah. This was an interesting tweet from NFT Statistics, just saying if you're a project or artist who values royalties and felt betrayed by OpenSea when they were announcing they were going to go optional, it's important to support them now. Linking to other exchanges is accepting zero royalty. It's your choice, but that's the truth. Below shows OpenSea is less than 50% of the volume in November, but pays 91% of the royalties. So, OpenSea coming out and saying that they were going to actually just keep supporting creator royalties. That might be their only leg up on the rest of the marketplaces for right now, is that, creators will just keep linking to their collections on OpenSea because it helps them keep their royalties.
Exactly. That's interesting. That's the only reason why probably OpenSea. Yeah, that's their niche, buddy.
But they're losing market share. I mean, look at Blur. Blur is now 36%. I mean, just took a massive bite out of OpenSea in a matter of like a month. So things are changing.
Well,
friends.
They're all going to have zero people on there anyway in a week. So,
Mr. Take Profits, he's flooding us to zero.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's nothing.
It's a like rough time right now.
Our podcast is changing to a fishing podcast.
Yes, exactly.
So we're gonna go live to
fly fishing,
catch
tutorials.
Some walleye and stuff.
We're gonna do fly fishing tutorials. It's okay, everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
this sounds fun. We could travel in an RV to all these cool fishing spots everywhere, and we'll have like a little boat. We'll go in the water with our going live.
Little boat. Yeah, it'll be great.
No charts.
It'll be great.
No numbers. Doesn't matter. 1 ETH is 1 ETH, baby. Doesn't matter. We're just fishing.
We're just fishing. We're just hoping for a catch. That's all. I'm just hoping for a catch. Yeah,
because if we don't catch shit, we ain't eating because we can't afford anything. Yeah.
Great. Well, I think the weekend's gonna hopefully do everybody a little good. Hopefully, everyone goes and touches a little grass. It's been a rough week. It's been a
touch grass, get your money out of exchanges, and hodl fiat.
And we'll see where the ashes fall come Monday, and see. Hopefully, I'm just like, please, just give us 2 days.
We're just gonna be choking on ashes.
2 days of non-happenings. 2 days of non-happenings. So
it's gonna be weeks of darkness.
Okay, well, thanks for all that hopium, Mr.
4-digit Bitcoin.
Okay, I'm gonna just play this Scaramucci clip since I can't get my my outro clip to play, so we're gonna play the Scaramucci clip to end the show here. And
great.
And
cool. I really want to hear what that guy says.
I know, right? Cool. It's all I got, guys. Well, maybe
let me
actually
hear this
let me
ass
see.
hat.
Let me see if I've got anything else. Let me see.
Forget
I've already played all my cards.
We're all going to zero anyways. It doesn't matter what you play.
Take Profits lost all his hope in the last 5 minutes of the show.
It's all just gone. For nothing. We did all this for nothing,
all the
guys.
Hope is lost
all
for Take Profits.
DeFi's done. Crypto's done. NFT's done.
Wow.
I'll see you on the boat.
Financial advice, guys. The lifeboat? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, have a great weekend. Go touch grass. Forget about the price of ETH. And we'll see you back here on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Same time, same place. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye-bye. Are there things you think you should have seen, and what do you actually think happened?
Well, again, do I feel duped? Yeah, I'm disappointed is the way I would describe it. I think duped, I guess, is the right word, but I am very disappointed because I do like Sam, okay, and I don't understand the motivation for exactly everything that's going on. What was the second part of that question, Andrew?
Well, it was really what do you think happened? Do you think this really was a commingling of funds? What do you know about that?
I can only surmise.
How do you think that started? I mean, I think some people look at this and say, is this Bernie Madoff? Is it a Ponzi scheme? Is this just a commingling of funds? I would say what happened with John Corzine? I mean, what an MF Global? What do you compare this to?
Remember, with John Corzine, and I said this 10 years ago, John was an honest guy, and everybody got back $1 for $1 once everything was accounted for. I don't know what happened because I was not an insider at FTX. I can surmise. It's difficult to answer hypotheticals, and I don't want to be accusatory because of the way the legal system works. But let me provide a hypothetical answer. If there was a commingling of funds, we think, and our friends in the industry that made direct investments in Sam's company as venture capitalists, it may have started in the April, May, June timeframe. Remember, the venture capitalists that did due diligence on the firm, us doing due diligence on a firm alongside of them, you couldn't see that type of activity. When Three Arrows went down, it could be possible, Andrew, that Sam had difficulty then, and then he made some decisions that turned out to be disastrous for him and for both sides of his business. But I don't know that for a fact.
But do you think that there has been some speculation around Three Arrows and whether that was something that would have happened this summer, or whether it goes back even farther. And the reason I'm asking about that is, we were talking to Brian Armstrong yesterday, somebody who said, look, I'm in a competing business. I know my numbers, I know his numbers, and for a very long time I thought to myself, this is weird. Where are they getting all this money from? And this money was not just being spent in the last, call it 4 or 5 months. This started almost a year ago, if not longer. What red flags do you think that you missed? And by the way, not